Lesson 6, Work. Pronunciation. The double O sound, as in hoop, and the strong O sound, as in hope. Number 1, hoop.
Hoop.
Hope.
Hope.
Number 2, boot.
Boot.
Boat.
Boat.
Number 3, mood.
Mood.
Mode.
Mode.
Number 4, shoe.
Shoe.
Show.
Show.
Number 5, coop.
Coop.
Cope.
Cope.
Number 6, who.
Who.
Ho.
Ho.
Number 7, root.
Root.
Wrote.
Wrote.
Number 8, moon.
Moon.
Moan.
Moan.
Number 9, soup.
Soup.
Soap.
Soap.
Number 10, rude.
Rude.
Road.
Road.
Thank you very much. And now for the reading. My very first job was at a local ice cream shop. It was a part-time job and I was paid minimum wage. Because my paycheck was small, I had to be thrifty in how I spent my money. I didn't go shopping with my friends as often, and I bought cheap meals I could eat at home. I worked hard. I was always on time, and if someone got sick, I took their shift. I didn't want to slack off like some of my coworkers. My boss saw how hard I worked, and he gave me a raise. After 2 years, I was promoted to a manager. By that time, my paycheck was larger, but because I had learned to be thrifty, that habit continued with me. I'm still careful about how and where I spend my money. I intend to start my own business, so I'm saving my money. I don't think that I could start a business without first learning to manage money. Some of the questions that go with the reading this week. What was your job? What was your first job? Sorry. What did you learn from it? Is it important to learn to budget money? Why? Is it important to learn to budget money? Why? Thank you very much. Hello. This week's lesson is about work. And so I found this book, Bugs Bunny's Carrot Machine, by Clark Carlisle. One day, Bugs Bunny came running out of a second-hand bookshop. In great excitement, he bumped into Elmer Fudd. "Whoa, Wabbit!" Elmer cried. "What's the wush?" "Look what I found in an old magazine," Bugs replied. "The plans for a carrot-making machine. Want to help me build one?" Elmer looked at the plans. "I'll be glad to," he said, "if it'll keep you out of my garden. According to these plans, all we need to build your machine are some pieces of junk." "Forward then, to the town trash heap," cried Bugs. Dreams of fresh, crisp, golden carrots filled his head. "I'll be rich," he gloated. "With a carrot machine, I'll never be hungry again." At the town dump, Bugs and Elmer found an old boiler. They filled it with junk plumbing pipes, auto parts, old clothes, broken bottles, rusty nails, and carried it to Elmer's backyard. There, following the plans, they set to work building the carrot machine. Soon it was finished. It had a spout in front, a funnel on top, a red underwear button in the back, and pipes sticking out of it every which way. "You think this thing will make carrots?" asked Elmer doubtfully. "We followed the plans," said Bugs. "Let's try it out." Bugs pushed the red button on the back of the machine. Nothing happened. "See," Elmer said, "the crazy thing doesn't work." "It says here," he said, looking at the plans, "that we have to put in some ingredients." Bugs read the instructions himself. To operate machine, fill up with anything handy and push button. Don't overload. Bugs immediately began to throw some of their leftover junk into the funnel on top of the carrot machine. Elmer helped him. "Now," cried Bugs, "let's see what happens." He pushed the red button again. Zap! The carrot machine suddenly came to life. It began to sputter and smoke. Then, with a dry coughing sound, it blew a small square green object out of its spout and onto the ground. Bugs picked it up. "Some carrot," he said. "Wrong shape, wrong color. How does it taste, though?" Elmer asked. "That's what's really counts." Bugs nibbled at the square green carrot. "Hey," he cried in surprise. "It's not half bad, Elmer. See? What do you think?" Sorry, reading at the angle. "It's not half bad, Elmer. See what you think." That's how it should sound. Elmer took a bite. "I think it's a little tough, Bugs. We ought to season it so it's softer." Bugs looked around and found a moth-eaten sofa pillow. "Here's something pretty soft," he said. He stuffed the pillow down the funnel and pushed the button. Another small square green carrot came out of the spout. Bugs tasted it. "Perfect," he shouted. "Delicious." Then he frowned. "But who ever heard of eating square green carrots? I'd be laughed at by every rabbit in town." He scratched one ear. "I need something pointed," he said, and he tossed 3 rusty iron spikes into the machine. This time the machine spit out a carrot that was still green and still small, but it was pointed at one end, just like a real carrot. Bugs knew the secret now. "Find something orange-colored," he cried. "That ought to do it." Elmer hunted around until he found a broken marmalade jar with an orange label on it. He tossed it into the machine. "Now try it," he said. Bugs pushed the button. This time the carrot was just perfect. It had the right color, the right shape, and the right taste. But Bugs still wasn't satisfied. "I want 'em bigger," he said. These little bitty carrots hardly make half a mouthful." He gathered up everything else in their heap of trash and threw it all into the machine. "Now we'll get some decent-sized carrots," he said. The carrot machine shook and shuddered and smoked. It ground and coughed and sputtered, but no carrot came out of its spout. And then, all of a sudden, and with a dreadful bang, the carrot machine exploded into hundreds of pieces. One piece hit Bugs and knocked him head over heels. "Now you've done it, you greedy wabbit," Elmer scolded him. "You've overloaded the machine. It's completely ruined." "Cheer up, Doc. We'll make another," said Bugs, picking himself up. "Where'd I put those plans?" "You threw 'em in the machine with everything else," Elmer said. "So there'll be no more carrot machines for you, you crazy wabbit. I hope this has taught you a lesson." "Oh, it sure has, Doc," Bugs grinned at his friend. "Just look at what's left of our beautiful carrot machine. It's pointing the way to something even better." Elmer stared down at the pieces of junk. They had fallen to the ground in the shape of an arrow. "You wascally wabbit, you," Elmer shouted. Don't you dare." For sure enough, the arrow pointed straight at Elmer's prized carrot patch. So the work that went into the machine and the work that went into Elmer's garden, neither one was like a job. So here in Japan, when we say work, sometimes people think you are talking about shigoto, but just the tasks that we're doing can also be work and works. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you at eikaiwa.